the price for your brutal past. Hand me the knife, ready the gun, 'cause when the devil starts calling, there's nowhere to run. So call down your demons, open the door. Your smile's a murder, your dagger's a word. The color of anger, the color of blood. You called it madness, but I called it love. Black fire, smoldering cold. shadows calling, candles out.
Whoa. How'd you all get here? What the hell? How's it going, everyone? Starting a tiny bit earlier today because I didn't really have too much going on. And also, some of my friends want to play the new Helldivers update later, and they won't be on for super late tonight, so I'm accommodating them. So we're starting a tiny bit earlier today. Oh my god, Noogabug, 2 years! What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm joking. I love you. Thank you very much. That is a crazy milestone to hit. I don't know if you might be the first one to hit that. I'm not sure. You're the first one that I've seen. I know there's a couple other people who are definitely close, but still, thank you very much. 2 whole years of support is absolutely insane. Anyways, what we are running today. I'm seeing some people guessing as to what I'm gonna run as my secondary here. I am running a poison bow. Don't look at my secondary. But the bow is an interesting thing. The poison arrows have quite a few downsides to them. I feel like they're the only ammo type in the game, correct me if I'm wrong, that apply 2 debuffs. Right? I think? Because you hit someone, it applies bleeding, and it poisons them for a pretty significant amount of time. However, there are some downsides to it. You have quite a bit less ammo with it. If you run full poison, you only get like 11 shots as opposed to, I think, like 17 or 18. So stop calling it the booger bow. It's not the booger bow. Don't call it the booger bow. You have quite considerably less amount of ammo. You can still pick your ammo up, but the other thing is that it increases the hipfire spread for some reason. I don't know why. Flame Chuko, I don't think Flame Chuko no applies bleed though. I'm pretty sure that it just applies burn. I think. I could be wrong. I don't use the Chuko Nu, but I'm pretty sure it just applies burn. So I'm pretty sure this is the only ammo type in the game that actually applies to status conditions. So I don't know. It's interesting. I want to see if I can make it work. I don't know. I've just been liking running poison lately. Poison is an interesting status condition. I feel like it's kind of underrated. So I needed something that's very aggressive for my secondaries. And note how I say secondaries? 2, because we're running poison paxes. I'm actually going to change the skin around to be the certain victory because I like this one a little bit more. But we are running a little bit of dual wielding. I typically hate dual wielding. Don't get me wrong. The dual wielding is usually not that great. I don't like it. It has potential to be great sometimes, but a lot of times it lets you down. I, however, like running dual wielding with a bow. For some reason, whenever I run dual wielding with a bow, it just feels right, and it feels like a very fun close range loadout. I probably will still get fucked over by dual wielding at some point, and I am fully prepared for that, but at least we have the bow that, like, if things are just really not going well with dual wielding, we have our bow. This is not a long range loadout, don't get me wrong. We don't have anything that's like perfectly accurate, you know, past like 30 meters, but still, this is a fun little loadout. So I'm putting poison in it. Ideally, you'd probably want to put something with like some pen in there, but I just thought, why not just fucking commit to the why not commit to the poison aspect? So let's go ahead and do that. Tools and consumables, I am changing things up a tiny bit. I'm not running my usual knife. I'm running a knuckle knife because I don't have anything to deal with immolators, since poison doesn't do anything to immolators really. Poison arrows used to be able to just like an uncharged shot would instantly kill an immolator, and it was super satisfying to do. However, it doesn't do that anymore, and it just sets them on fire, and it's a real pain in the ass. So we also had to deal with immolators. I'm bringing traps as well. I'm not bringing my penny shot derringer, so I'm bringing traps instead because why not? Might give me a little bit of extra cover for some close range engagements. I just need to make sure not to step in them because I'm not bringing an antidote shot. I'm bringing my pretty standard tools and consumables with an ammo box as my flex option because these don't have a ton of ammo and this doesn't have a ton of ammo either. So being able to get some ammo back with that, I feel like will be pretty important. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and get into the matches here. It's not booger ammo. Just because it's poison doesn't mean it's booger. Stop. What kind of boogers are you guys pulling out of your nose? They're poisonous. Or is it just because they're green? Does poison no longer work on immolators, or is it just the poison arrow? They changed it with the drop of 2.0, or slightly before the drop of 2.0, or 1896, because they added Hellborn, and they didn't want Hellborn to just get absolutely fucking destroyed by poison, because Hellborn has, like, pretty considerably less health than most of the bosses in the game. At least it seems that way, but yeah, they have made it so that they've made it so that immolators are just not affected by poison. It will never, like, poison bullets will still not detonate them, but it still takes, like, it does quite reduce damage to them. Like, they will survive, like, a Sparks poison headshot. It takes, like, 2 of those, so whereas previously it was, like, a silent Nagant with poison could shoot them, like, in the pinky toe and they would fall over, so yeah, poison's not really that great against immolators anymore. Like, at all. But to compensate, they made Penny Shot be able to deal with them pretty easily, so a trade-off. I do also need to remember, speaking of poison and speaking of bows here, I do need to remember that I shouldn't be hip firing with this thing, because as you can see, the hip fire is actually pretty wide on it. So I really do need to be aiming down sights with it, which is not something that I usually do with the bow, because the hip fire on the regular arrows is usually pretty tight, so I'm gonna have to get used to that, I think. Poison arrows are still really good for dealing with AI, aside from immolators, like I said, but poison arrows in 100 hands is the only way to deal poison damage through melee. Yeah, poison arrows have, like, some really unique interactions. Like I was saying, I'm pretty sure they're the only, like, thing in the game that can apply 2 status conditions in one hit as well. Like, obviously, if you bring, like, I don't know. Well, actually, no, because I was trying to think, like, oh, if you put, like, I guess if you bring, technically you can do it in one weapon if you do, like, upper map poison with Dragon's Breath or Star Shell, but that's, like, kind of it. People up at Deadfall. I kind of need to be careful here and play this very, like, close range. This is not a long range loadout. Sounds like they might be fighting here, though. I'm not sure. See people burning up there, so do you think the odds are we can land a shot on someone from all the way over here? Probably not very likely. I think that's another dead body up on the roof. I just don't know right now if they are leaving or not. Shit. Got dolches. Ew. Oh, right, that doesn't do that. No idea if she saw me back there, but... Okay, well... That's a shame. Oh, I have Necro, right. You should be dead. Hoping he would push me, because now this puts me in a very awkward position, but... I was gonna say, I just need to play this really aggressive, but I think I'm just gonna die to long ammo incendiary. Well, that's annoying, but oh well. Taxed him with some damage at least, but for people playing long ammo incendiary and dolches, I think that's not a bad warm-up. One of them is sparks. Yeah, I think the green shirt girl had one, and then the Pinkerton had a incendiary crag and a dolch. I feel like I've been seeing incendiary long ammo quite a bit more over the last few months. I feel like people have kind of like, I don't know, are people realizing that incendiary on long ammo is just that good? I mean, obviously you don't have pen, but are they realizing maybe how annoying it is? I don't know. What are our thoughts on that? Have you guys also noticed like an uptick in incendiary ammo? Because I feel like I definitely have, at least over the last like, again, 6 months or so. I feel like ever since the Crag has gotten more popular, I've seen quite a few more people running it. Actually, that's true, Arid. After the penetration nerfs, that's actually a really good that's a good time marker. Because yeah, I think that makes sense. The penetration damage is kind of a lot harder to make use of unless you're hitting headshots, which is obviously kind of inconsistent to do. Maybe people are running more incendiary now. Definitely seen a lot more incendiary crags for sure. I feel like I've seen it's a lot of incendiary crags, Mosins, and labels. I don't see too many like incendiary sparks. I don't see too many, like I see it every now and then. I don't see too many incendiary Berthiers. Mako obviously doesn't have it. I don't know. I feel like it's incendiary Mosins, labels, and crags primarily. I don't see too many people running it on the Berthier, to be quite honest with you. I feel like people usually just run default on the Berthier, at least from my experience, but I feel like, yeah, incendiary on the Berthier does make like the most amount of sense. haven't been playing Hunt, but I have seen a lot of Illuminate on Super Earth running out of Managed Democracy, or ruining our Managed Democracy. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't played the new Illuminate forces yet, but I'm hopping in with a couple of friends tonight because yeah, that's gonna be pretty fun. We haven't played in it's like early year. How about Incendiary on the Martini Henry? I mean, Incendiary on long ammo is just good. I'm just saying I feel like I see it on those 3 weapons more often than not, but Incendiary on long ammo in general is just really good because you have that crazy 40-meter ignite range. And typically long ammo does incredibly high damage, highest damage in the game, or some of the highest damage in the game. So burning a small bar off of someone is like invaluable. Or it's a lot more valuable for long ammo than it is for you know, compact and medium. So I don't know. I got fucked over by the better the better status effect. I do think that poison is by far the weakest status effect in the entire game, for PvP at least. Like obviously it's very strong for PvE and it has some utility there. So does Incendiary though. Bleed obviously doesn't do anything, but I don't know. Poison's just hard. It's also the only one that's like that can be fully hard countered by an antidote shot. Like if I run into someone running an antidote shot, I'm kind of just screwed. Because my entire gimmick just goes out the window. I would be better off using, you know, regular bullets or regular arrows. Ran antidote a lot. I put a poll out recently, a couple weeks ago on YouTube, basically asking people like, how often do you take antidote shots? And it was like 70+ percent that said like they basically never run antidote shots. It was like rarely / never. Some people put like sometimes, like there was like less than 10% of people or less than 15% of people who said that they always run antidote shots. So I think ever since they dropped them down to being 10 minutes instead of 20, they have lost a lot of their appeal. Even though they are very strong, it's just kind of hard to like, I don't know, because again, poison's not a very common ammo type. Because again, like both Incendiary and Bleed are just better for PvP pretty objectively. So there's not much of a reason to run antidote shots, I don't feel. But mucus juice to counter the booger, is it? Don't call it mucus juice. Is it just cold medicine then? It's countering booger ammo. Not that sad about poison being weak, because imagine a world where the anti-healing status effect was meta. I guess, yeah. I feel like that would still be less annoying than bleed ammo, though. In a weird way. Like, yes, it's annoying, but like poison ammo is one of those ammo types where it's like if it's applied to you at low health, like basically your only option is to fight. Sure, it's like a bit disorienting, but you're not like put on a timer like you are for you're not put on a timer like you are with bleed ammo, and you're also not going to like suffer permanent damage if you know, choose to ignore it like you would with fire ammo. So I don't know, you can definitely still fight. It's harder to, and I think that's a good thing. It should be, because I feel like that's kind of the only thing poison has going for it. But I don't know. I do think poison could use some love. Maybe not like a direct buff, but maybe like a nerf to the antidote shot. really want to do that because I am wasting a bullet or wasting an arrow, but doesn't just skew your vision a little bit. I mean, it does, but I understand like maybe more could be nice. I don't know. I don't think we want to make it too bad, but maybe like a slight, like some slight more like visual impairments could be interesting. I'm not sure. Doesn't give you the aim punch effect from chokes would be interesting. No, that sounds really annoying. I really don't think that we should have an ammo type that does that. Because imagine you, like, if it was only on the bow, okay, maybe you could argue that. Oh. But imagine someone hitting you with, like, a poison sparks, and it's just for, like, you know, for, like, a good 15 seconds you are, you know, for a good, like, 15 seconds you... Pushing me? Yeah, no, that sounds really annoying. I saw one there. I didn't. They are down below. There's also a beetle too. Can't even get rid of that barrel. It's a little unfortunate. Be careful not to drop down on my own traps here. And watch out for the trap on that other guy. We are getting harassed by this meathead pretty bad, so I didn't realize she was still up. That is an ambitious shot with with poison, but somewhere in there. There he is. Ooh. So, who all is still here? It's white, which is concerning, but I think there's still more people around. Don't think I want to go for a loot right now. I think my best course of action is to genuinely just go and deal with Spider. I think I just need to take her down with melee here, unless I can find an axe or something. Punch, punch, punch. So I don't know, did they kill the team that was like pushing up on them? I'm not sure. What happened there? I feel like I'm not believing the power of the booger bow. I will eventually. Right now I'm believing in the power of the poison paxes, the PPs, if you will. Here's a shovel. Spider is vaccinated, she will not succumb to boogers. It's still white. I wonder if there's like, are there still people sitting like across the way, or did they kill everyone? The Scrapbig Bounty left. They're all the way down there. They were all the way down at Catfish. I don't know. I wasn't really sure who was, I don't really see who was still, like, I didn't hear who died. You're gonna go watch Severance with my cousin. I've already seen it, but I'm forcing everyone to watch it. I highly recommend. Gabby and I have seen it. It's a very good show. Upping Eldritch Horrors with a shovel as God intended. Yes. Well, who else is gonna do it around here? Everyone else is dead, I think. Anyone out here? Hello. Liking Grensfield torches, but hunters can't. They pair really well with pitchforks. You know what would be really funny? What if we had like a flaming baseball bat variant where you can ignite it and it will like slowly deteriorate over time and you have to like throw it out once it's gone. But for that like, I don't know, couple of minutes that you have it ignited, you can you deal like fire damage to things. I think that'd be pretty funny. New variants. just sitting on like a burning pile of hay? I am. This cannot be safe, but being able to light the tips of arrows on fire would be fun. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Or maybe if you like shoot it through fire, it would do that. It would catch fire, kind of like how if you shoot like arrows through lava in Minecraft, it sets them on fire. It'd be cool. How would you put it back in your inventory? It's literally on fire. Maybe that's the other gimmick, is that you have to have it out. Or you can put it back in your inventory, but it's also like, it is also burning. And it burns you. Oh, there are some more people. Okay. From 62 meters away. Sure then. Now. Jump over this. Ouch. This is not a good loadout for fighting at fences. Ooh. Try and jump across here. Hey, it worked. Game? Hello? Did my game just crash? Uh-oh. Oh no! Uh-oh. That's not good. 1 second while I try and relaunch. There's no way I'm able to reconnect, right? Surely they push in by then. Desktop reveal? Yes, that is in fact my desktop. Huh. In there. Hello to you too. Well, I mean, you know what? Maybe it was for the better. I don't think I was winning that fight anyways, but I think I maybe needed them to push in a little bit closer. How funny would it be if I'm able to like make it in? I feel like they're gonna have pushed me by now. One had like a bomb lance or something, so. That's not great. It's been a while since I've had the game like actually crash on me, like crash. Not just like have server errors or something. I'm still alive somehow. Fuck it, let's try it. Let's see if we're able to reconnect and finish this fight. There's no way. Right? You just trying to wallbang me? He's just standing there menacingly. They're probably just like, oh, this fucking camper, like get out of the... Maynard, so I need to watch. All right, well, you know what? I guess it works. Disconnected mid-fight too. That's crazy. That should not have happened. I'm surprised it took them that long to push in because they were very clearly like moving like doors and stuff and trying to get me. Huh. Okay. This poor guy must have died at least once already then, because he went down like a single chest shot. Oh, it was so scary. I mean, that wasn't the bow. That was dual wielding, but hey, it works. Neat. I guess I take this and I go then. Actually, I want to see how many more people are alive or dead over here. Oh, my screen's black. Oh my god, you're right. No. Oh my god, I fucking forgot to turn it on. No, you guys missed it. Fuck. It wasn't the bow, it was the dualies. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Okay, let me do a reenactment here then. Let me do a reenactment. I spawned in. I was in here. Facing here. I peeked out this way. Bang, bang. Got Felis. Picked up a token. Came around this way. Bang, bang. Shot that guy. He died to a single chest shot. And then I bang, 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 bang. Dualied her down. That was it. I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn it off. I don't even realistically I don't know why I even like got rid of my display capture. It's just like kind of habit that I do it, but I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry. And Aaron, thank you for the tier 1. Ah, that would have been such a good clip too, and now it's just ruined. You have to believe me, it's what happened, I swear. What is that meathead doing? I'm gonna be really upset if this is the only like good match for today, and it's ruined by it's ruined by that. I didn't realize what you guys were saying about blindness ammo until it was too late. I didn't realize because I was like, oh yeah, blindness, because like technically poison like kind of blinds you a little bit. Yeah, sure, that's a funny way of putting it. I didn't realize that I forgot to turn the fucking display capture back on. Oh my god. While you were shooting those guys, we were blind. Said if you won that fight, I'd sub on the spot. A promise is a promise. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate your honesty. Bow stream looks inside dualies. Listen, I said I was running bow and dualies. I just thought that the poison arrows were going to be like the main part of it. It's just a poison themed loadout, okay? Listen. I'm making it work. I was playing lore accurate prescient. So you understand. You get what I'm going for here. My bad. It will hopefully not happen again. At least this stream it won't happen again. Blame Hunt. If Hunt didn't crash, then I wouldn't have had to do any of that. Also, look at Scrappy. Look at the Scrappy icon. That is so fucked up and weird. Draw it in post. That would be pretty funny if I was able to do that. I could definitely draw like little. I could do like a little reenactment of it. Sure. Crash on during a boss banish, and I loaded back in. It was a white boss logo with a white progress bar and no percentage. Weird. Yeah, like reconnecting has always just been like really strange. It's always been just kind of odd. There's been some weird bugs with it. Okay, I'm gonna quickly refill up my water because I forgot that I need to do that. So, you guys don't go anywhere. Okay, we're here. Yeah, I wish I could like rotoscope it, but there was nothing to rotoscope, so don't think that would work too well, but all right. Let's buy Necro, let's buy Doctor, let's buy Surefoot. Let's buy Pack Mule, Greyhound. What else do I want? Could get Poacher. Poacher could be kind of nice. Actually, where's 100 Hands? 100 Hands is 2. Sure, let's get 100 Hands. 100 Hands and Position. And I guess I should probably also redo my... There we go. Okay, we're good. Here we go again. All right. Again, I'm gonna be really pissed if my only good match of the day is that one, and I don't even get like anything out of it because I don't even get anything out of it because I was an idiot and didn't re-enable display capture. It would be really funny though. Because I think that's the first time, like, at least in a while as a solo, that I have disconnected, had reconnect work, not be super buggy, and win the fight. That probably looked really strange to the enemies too, because they were probably like, you know, hearing me move around and trying to peek them and do all these things. And then and then I go into the boss lair and I sit still for like a good like 2 minutes without doing anything. As they're like, you know, trying to get me to peek and trying to entice me to do stuff. And then I suddenly come back to life and I just fucking roll them in like 45 seconds. What if their game crashed too and it was a race to relog? That'd be really funny if that was the case. Who can push the button? Get you. Who can push the reconnect button faster? uh, excuse me. Morning, nice to see you streaming. Bad news for you, it is evening where I am, but good morning to wherever you are in the world, Mr. Excludo. It's a good lesson that doing nothing's a good strategy. I mean, it is. Like, as a solo, I recognize that the way that I play will get me killed a lot. Because I am just... I don't know. I am just playing extremely aggressively, and I should be playing a bit more passively, letting them come to me. But it's also more fun this way. Salty, thank you for the 28 months. My god. I was just giving Nugabug praise for hitting 2 years, but I totally forgot that you also are well over 2 years as a sub, so thank you. I appreciate the support. "28 months and all you have to say for yourself is just a smiley face." Didn't mean to do that. You see the teaser? I did see. They've been posting like daily teasers on there. Posting daily teasers on there. Socials lately. Oh wow, I spawned in the absolute wrong side of the map. Oh, I got 2 because I have conduits I found in last match. Right. Forgot about that. Well, we can roll with conduit for a little bit. Yeah, I didn't really see too much going on in this one. It looked like we got a new hunter showcased. And also it said something about like June. It was just a guy hanging up like a piece of paper. It said there was like something about a trial. Some guy was getting like he was getting hanged for like fraud and embellishment and like all sorts of other or embezzlement, not embellishment, and all sorts of other like heinous crimes. And it's something about like early June. It was like June 6th or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but something like that. So I'm assuming that's probably when we're going to get the next update. I was assuming it was going to be like early June anyways, considering that's like been when Crytek has been dropping their other stuff, more or less. Typically they'll do like an update in June, aside from last year because they were doing 2.0. Because summer is usually pretty nice for them. Summer's always when we hit like our peak and whatnot, but Poster said Thursday, June 6th, but June 6th is on a Friday. There's no Thursday in real life in 1896 either. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Maybe just a typo? Probably not, but I'm not sure. Badly engraven. Yeah, was it something to do with time zones, maybe? I don't know. I don't think no, it wouldn't have anything to do with time zones. Well, the poster said Seven Sisters Estate on it. DeSal's real. I mean, I'm assuming DeSal's gonna be coming with this update. I feel like that's the logical thing for them to do right now. And I think that DeSal coming back, I think it's going to be pretty hard for them to fuck it up, because I think DeSal was already a pretty like well-loved map already. So it'll be hard for them to fuck up DeSal coming back. And I think it'll be good, because I think Hunt kind of needs a win right now, and it needs something for players to kind of sink their teeth into. For new players, it'll be nice, because again, they get to experience DeSal for the first time. For returning players, they get to experience this new version of DeSal, and also just get more variety in their play and what they're playing. Because I don't know, like the last update was good. Don't get me wrong, I liked this last event, but it just didn't add a whole ton to the game content-wise. Especially considering the new weapons in the game, people kind of just like either don't really like, or they just didn't really feel like they served much of a purpose. There's a lot going on. Over there, maybe I try and go around the side of the wall. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll make it the only map in rotation for... I don't think they would. Excuse me while I'm being oh so sneaky right now. People behind me too. Ooh. That was a little scary. Oh. Don't ask me how that beetle missed, but... Fuck. God damn it, you had to ruin it. I was doing so well. What's wrong with you, bounty team? Come on. That's what you get for ruining this. Oh my god, what? It didn't get him. The pullout didn't fucking get him. No. How much damage did I do? Oh, only 21 to the leg. Or was that? No, I did 59 to the leg. Damn, that's annoying. If it was charged, I would have done something, but oh well. Oh well, that's a shame. I'm surprised I got the... I think it's because I jumped that I got the kill on that Luz Mala with the hand cannon. Tricking the gramophone by mistake was kind of funny. Did I? I thought it was someone with Poltergeist. I wasn't sure if I was the one who triggered it or not. Well, that double bow kill was kind of clean, but yeah, unfortunately, bounty team had to come and ruin it, come and ruin my fun. But well, number of players going down. OCE servers is almost dead. I don't think it's going down. I think it's like Hunt has done this before, where it's just in a valley. Hunt has kind of always had like peaks and valleys. It's not the first time people have said, oh my god, the game's dead, it's dying. Like it's happened before. It's usually around this time of the year, because this is usually when content's kind of light, because at least over the last few years, Crytek has put a lot of their content further into the year. Like Q2, Q3, Q4. But I don't know. I think if this next update is a little bit more substantial and has some more depth to it, then I think it'll be good. Because really, this last update was just kind of like some balancing changes. It was a lot of nerfs, which I think were deserved. They were deserved and needed nerfs. And there were some good buffs too. There were some good additions too, like, you know, Bolt Thrower working on the bomb launcher and the bomb lance, and Fast Fingers working on you know, the Maynard and the Martini. But yeah, ultimately I feel like there just wasn't a lot of new content added to the game. Because again, the Mosin Obras match is just kind of the most pointless weapon in existence, and the Carbine Silencer, while it is, I think, still a good addition, it was still a good addition. It just wasn't, it wasn't what the game needed right now, coming right off the heels of like people kind of being tired of silencers and them adding a new silencer to the game, and also just people not really liking the Carbine in general. And the silencer nerf, I don't know, it wasn't great. I think that I think we didn't need another silencer in the game, so I like the Carbine too. It's just that the general population doesn't really, because people don't like how slow muzzle velocity it has. But yeah, I just think this last update, while good, and it was good for the overall health of the game, I think people kind of need something new to play with and something like substantial to play with. And even if it is just Desal and maybe like one new weapon, or then I think that will be good. Maybe a handful of balancing changes, but I feel like they balance things pretty well in the last update, so I don't know. I don't really know what needs like buffing and nerfing right now, realistically. Because this is kind of what happened with like, oh, my arrow. This is kind of what happened with 1896. 1896 brought with it a huge amount of balancing changes. And we didn't really see, we basically saw like none for Harvest of Ghosts, the next event after Scorched Earth. Because the game was just in a decent enough place. Over 2 months, not much had really changed. People were still like, you know, figuring out how to use these things that were already implemented in the game. So I don't know. It's I hope they do like some balancing changes. I just don't know what really needs changing right now. Maybe like buffing or nerfing depending on like pick rates, since Crytek very clearly has like the pick rate stats, which I would love to see the pick rate stats too. I really, really would love to see what the weapon pick rate stats are. Because there's probably a lot of weapons out there that are, like, obviously there's weapons out there that are going to be a little bit more niche. Like, I don't expect something like, you know, the Springfield Compact Deadeye to be a like, widely beloved gun that everyone has an easy time using. But it does make me curious, like, what weapons are out there that maybe do need a slight buff, that are supposed to be kind of a more general purpose gun. Oh boy. Damn. True shot fanning. Oh, dual wielding actually. I didn't get her with that. Damn. I hit her in the arm, that's why. Damn. Yeah, shame I couldn't get that guy with the knuckle knife. I was out of stamina, but I like play rates plus a watch list of weapons that may be nerfed in the future be good for the game. Yeah, I think so too. I think that, like, one thing that I really like that that Rainbow Six Siege does with their balancing, and trust me, like, Ubisoft has not been great with Rainbow Six's balancing, but one thing that they always post, because they do every season they do their like start of the season thing, and they do their mid-season reinforcements. And every single time they do that, they post an operator's performance and like win delta. And basically it's like pull it up in Paint here and try and illustrate this a little bit. It's basically like a graph that just goes like this. It looks something like this, and on the, this would be the y-axis here, would be this here would be the win percentage. So from like, 0 to 100% of the time. And then on this axis, it would be their pick rate. So from, again, like 0% win rates to 100% win rate, how often is that character winning? You want to try and have it be around here. Most operators are somewhere around here, because this would be like, if it's on this side of this line, it's overpicked versus underpicked. And if it's on this side, or if with this line here, if it's over here, or sorry, overperforming, underperforming, overpicked, underpicked. I guess I could probably just pull it up. It's a lot easier to like show that. 1 second. Let me pull up. These are the most recent ones, but it looks at the, this is for platinum rank and above, which is like pretty decent, well enough, both on console and on PC. And it shows which operators are, overpicked too strong, which ones are overpicked too weak, ones are overperforming too strong, or sorry, underpicked too strong and underpicked too weak. I feel like if we got something like this for just weapons and hunt, that would actually be like kind of helpful. I don't know. Obviously, like there's more than just the weapon too. There's ammo types as well, and there's also like tools and consumables and whatnot. But it could still give like a good baseline, to say like, oh, hey, maybe like the Crag is like way overperforming and it's being picked like a good like 70% of the time. Like maybe we need to dial it back a bit. Give people a bit of an idea that something is overperforming, aside from just because like that's the other thing with hunt, is that some people just don't realize that something's overperforming. Some people don't realize that something is pretty like objectively broken, so to say. Because again, there's nothing, the devs aren't telling you, they're not showing you any evidence that it is, even though some people, even though it's right in fucking front of them that everyone and their mother was using like the Crag silencer during the Murder Circus event and the time after that until it got nerfed. There were still some people who were like, no, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. The Mosin's still overpowered. So I don't know. I feel like a chart like that could be kind of nice. I would just really like to see it, and I feel like it would be, I don't know, like most of the weapons I feel like would probably be in that like underpicked category, which is fine. That's where most I expect to be. However, I feel like we could definitely see like which weapons are a bit, maybe a bit overperforming, and give people a thing saying, here's the cold hard facts. The Crag silencer is broken and it's overperforming, and that's why we need to nerf it, right? Obviously they did nerf it already, but you get the point. I'm just using that because that's like kind of the most like, that's the most recent like broken gun that I can think of. Or revive bolts, for example. I could see revive bolts being on there, being, overpicked, overperforming. Obviously it wouldn't be off like win rate, but maybe you could do like off of like, Crytek has shown that they know like they can track kills. So being able to say like, oh, this weapon gets disproportionately more kills compared to this one, even though they're supposed to be like on the same level. That might be something that is maybe a little, might do some good. It would just help with transparency, because Crytek is like, the dev blogs and whatnot are nice and they are good, and I want them to keep doing that. But they really are not as transparent as a lot of other devs are with what they're doing, and especially regarding their balancing. I really, like, I don't know, they don't often give, like, they do give reasons in patch notes, but like sometimes those changes just kind of come out of the blue and people don't really know what to expect of them. Like when they buffed the Spectre for some reason, no one was expecting the Spectre to get a fucking massive fire rate increase to be on par with the Slate, and they didn't really explain why they did that. They just did it. It's like, You should swap Mosin damage with Mako. I do think the Mako needs something. I ran the Mako a couple of weeks ago, and my deduction of it is basically just, it's good. It's still a repeating long ammo rifle, but it doesn't really do anything special. And if you don't like levering and if you don't like explosive ammo, then there's no reason to bring it objectively over any other long ammo rifle in the game. I think is maybe something that should be looked at a little bit. So there's some hearing. A random Betterly silencer nerf. I mean, it wasn't random. It was just an across-the-board silencer nerf. But the Betterly silencer did get hit disproportionately hard, yes. Part of me wonders if maybe they might revert it, but I'm not sure. I'm guessing the Spectre was underpicked. I think the problem was there's just always the clunky feeling reload, so fire rate felt kind of wacky. I don't know. I like that about the Spectre, though, is that it felt like, yes, it was slow and a little bit clunkier to use. You needed traits to, like, get the full value out of it. But you had a crazy far one-shot range, and I feel like that was... Like, the Spectre was still, in my opinion, one of the best shotguns in the game before they buffed it. Now I think it is just... you cannot tell me that it's not the best shotgun in the game for, like, the amount of money that you're paying. Sure, you could say the Crown and King's like, oh, it's better, it's blah, blah, blah. But I think, like, for the average person, a Spectre is going to do just as good as a Crown and King. What is that arrow? Go down to Hemlock, okay. Because the thing with shotguns, too, is, like, I feel like price kind of matters a bit more for shotguns than it does for rifles. Just because in the ranges that you're going to be using shotguns, you can very easily get outgunned by any other shotgun, right? You can bring a Crown and King with slugs, and you can still die to a Romero. And that is going to happen. Obviously, like, that is just the nature of the game with the one-hit headshots and whatnot, but I feel like it's more likely to happen when fighting against other shotguns. And especially with buckshot, like, the Romero, I trust to outgun the Crown and King just in, like, if you both pull the trigger at the same time at, like, you know, 10 meters, I trust the Romero way more than the Crown and King to get that kill, so... Hello, meathead. I don't know. All of this to say, I just would like them to release... I would like them to release the pick rates for things, because they have done, like, little snippets of it before. They've shown that they have the data, because they've told us, like, what the most popular... like, what the most picked, like, weapons in Bounty Clash were. They did that, like, a few months ago. So why don't we get to see... Why don't we get to see the pick rates for things, or get to see some of these stats that they're collecting? Like, why aren't we letting the player base see the stats? I'm not sure. My dream is they make an API where you can view your stats, weapons, pick rates, and match history. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Do I see it happening in the near future? No. Do I see it happening in the future at all? I don't know. Doesn't seem like something that's probably very, very hot on their radar right now. Okay, how do I want to approach this? I have not heard any fighting, which is a little scary, but... Is it just a solo? Nope. Fucking second that I do it. Really? The second that I looked away, that's a little upsetting. That's honestly so upsetting. I was holding that angle for a good, like, 10 seconds. Ah. I don't think there's anyone else around, so I think I'm gonna get shotgunned as soon as I stand up. Maybe fighting more people? Let's try it. They took my weapons. Why would they do that? I'm gonna say, I'm sorry guys, but I think you've given me weapons that I'm more comfortable with. Okay, well, that was unfortunate. I think I was getting pushed by two different teams though. I wonder who took my loadout though? Who saw that loadout and was like, oh hell yeah, I'm taking the bow dualies? Like what? Maybe they just took my bow? I'm not sure. Respect the penny push? Yeah, it is what it is. I can't be too mad at a penny push because I do the exact same thing sometimes, so. I think the only good way to handle this stuff is just to be open with your stats and ignore those types. If they don't have an argument that they can substantiate, especially with stats, then they should just be ignored. That's the direction that you have to take and never go back from. You can't be finicky on it. Yeah, I don't know. Crytek has just historically been like very reserved in what they tell us, and very like, I don't know. Very quick to make like big sweeping changes and then just leave them in the game for a while. Like I do really think that the game would benefit a ton from revitalizing the test server and bringing that back. I feel like the I feel like the test server needs to come back. I know not many people played it, but I feel like if they like, I don't know. I feel like them adding all these crazy things like they did in, like they did last year. I feel like a lot of the headaches and the growing pains people had with that The issues could have been solved by just putting on the test server first and then listening. Will they ever bring the test server back? I have no idea. We haven't used it in 2 years, but I don't know. Getting to play a test server and influence the balance in the game is practically free content if you're passionate about the game. Yeah, like, I don't know why they stopped doing it, to be real. Like, I don't know why they stopped doing the test server. Is it just because their new, like, business cycle where they had, like, less time in between events, they wanted to push things out faster? I don't know. I really don't know. But biggest problem with the test server is it's another 50 gigabyte download to play Hunt with slight changes. They had some kind of opt into a beta branch to play, it'd be less horrible. Yeah, I mean, Hunt's not the only game that does that with, like, you know, test servers and whatnot, but I don't know. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I do understand that might be a reason why some people don't want to play it. I think they just use events to test things, which is scary considering that events go on for 2 months at a time. If they did, like, you know, if they did mid-event patches and hotfixes more consistently, I'd say sure, go for it. But they don't really. We saw a little bit during Murder Circus, but I think that was because they realized how badly they fucked up with Murder Circus and that the player sentiment was just kind of like all over the place with Murder Circus. I'm glad that they did it, don't get me wrong. But just the fact that, like, it felt like a monumental day when they actually did this, when they actually put out a balancing change, like, within the first, like, week or two of the event going live, it felt like a godsend. And that's not, like, I applaud them for doing it, but I shouldn't have to. That should just be the norm. And it's not the worst, like, it's not the first time this has happened either. Like, again, Tide of Shadows. Looking at Tide of Shadows, like, Tide of Shadows was a really fun event, but Tide of Shadows was also fundamentally broken because Death Cheat was just not working properly. Death Cheat was supposed to be a burn trait. It was the introduction of burn traits, but it wasn't working properly. It wouldn't actually remove itself from your character when you died and activated it. So for the first month of the event, every single hunter was basically immortal. There was, like, some weird way you could lose it, but, like, again, you had to, like, go out of your way to lose it. And that wasn't very good. People liked it for the first little bit because, again, you could just run the same hunter over and over again. It was super easy to make a ton of money. Oh. I want to make sure there's, like, no other grunts around here. No, it's not moving it up that. I think they're right out this door. Holy shit. what I'm hearing back there. I think it's just grunts, but... Bomb Lance Brigade, oh my god. Fuck, I'm out. I am a little bit nervous here. I am feline a little nervous. So that's not her right there, is it? Still think this guy's out here somewhere. That guy's still dead. Like, is this two teams? I don't know at this point. I'm nervous. Actually, considering they all have bomb lances too, I'm just, thank goodness none of them have like have shot at me at least with steel ball yet, but did they leave? What's happening? I'm fairly certain Rotjaw's on the map, but I'm not too concerned about bounty. There's no lantern or anything to burn with here. They might have left. I think they're just playing very scared, though. They didn't! They fucking didn't! They were waiting that entire time. Do I have 100 hands? I think I do. It's an interesting little spot down here. She ran off the roof. I didn't even hear her until she dropped down right next to me. What? That was some weird sound. I didn't hear her running at all, like moving on wood. I do want to see if one of them steps into the trap. I doubt they will. I didn't even know about this place until just now, but... Did anyone else hear her? Like I heard someone on metal. It did not sound like she was like above me on the roof though. Oh, please step in the traps. That guy's gonna step in it. Haha. Hee hee. Woohoo. Yeah, she just spawned behind me, it felt like. Weird. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, I think I will do one, maybe two more, depending on how these next games go. I'll just do one more because I need to get ready to, like I said, I'm streaming a little early today because I'm gonna do some hell diving with people tonight, with my friends, so. Yeah, she just spawned on the fucking roof. Or spawned behind me. Okay. Let's well, we'll do one more. Unless it's like a spawn fight and then I die, then I'll do one more. But one more decently sized game. To ask in, do you feel like you're getting value from the poison arrows so far? No, not at all. There's nothing that I have done with regular arrows that I couldn't have done with poison arrows. Because I feel like every time I've been hitting people today, either it's been like point blank and I haven't, like I've died right after. So I feel like poison arrows are kind of at their best when you land a shot on someone, but it doesn't kill them, and then you can push off of it. Which I guess is like, that's the trade-off for it, or that's like the strength of it, but it is nice for clearing AI, but also arrows are just really nice for clearing AI too, so. Land a good up to 40 meters, poison isn't needed. It's with 100 hands, I believe it's 35 meters, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know, at the ranges where the poison would actually be useful, I feel like I don't really need to use it. But it makes me wonder, like, do these need to be looked at? Maybe buffed a little bit? I don't know. I feel like it could definitely be really annoying if they were buffed too much, but maybe, I don't know, like they have the increased spread. Maybe we make it more like, maybe they have like, they do more damage and therefore have like a slightly longer one-hit range, but maybe they travel slower and they also have all these other downsides if you don't get as many, and like, I don't know. Drop the ammo back down to 4 on them and then make the hip fire the same as normal arrows. I feel like the ammo where it's at right now is fine, but the trade-off in my mind is not taking frags or concertina. Yeah, but I don't like playing the bow like that. That's like an annoying way to play the bow. Fuck frag arrows and concertina arrows. Yeah, poison arrows are just kind of weird. Like I don't think they're ever going to be crazy good, but maybe a slight damage increase could be nice. I don't know. Slight damage increase, but because you have like so much gunk on the end of your arrow, it's gonna I don't know. Maybe it has a slower velocity or something like that. Make them more like a, in a weird way, kind of like a longer range ammo type. I'm not sure. You can use frag arrows, just use the bomb launcher. I can see it. I mean, depending on the situation, like the bow does have a faster fire rate with it. Especially if you don't need to fully like draw it. If you don't need to fully draw your shot back, say it's like relatively close range, like I don't know, you're shooting behind here, you can just kind of like pew, pew, pew. Whereas with the bomb launcher, you do have to go through the full reload, which is still faster, or still faster than it was with what's it called, with bolt thrower, but both of them I think are just kind of annoying. I like frag arrows so I can follow up with my frag arrows. Yep, now you're thinking like a frag bow player. Rockjaw 2, okay. Let's see where Rockjaw is first. He is out that way. Could be just right in here. I'm gonna guess probably down towards Cypress though. Again, poison arrows are really nice for dealing with bosses, but or dealing with AI and I guess bosses too. I just have only fought the spider today, but then again, so are regular arrows, so I don't really know. Not having to worry about armors is quite nice. But I also usually bring a penny shot derringer, and that's also like a very simple and easy way to just get an armored out of your face, so a bit more limited, but points, okay. One thing I like about frag arrows is firing 2 off anytime I run out of special or run into a special ammo box and shoot them across the map so it confuses people where teams are. Yeah, that's I guess a good way of, I never really thought to use them that way, but I guess yeah, you can launch them pretty damn far, so let's just go Stillwater. Just in case it is here. Maybe I can get into the boss lair first, or try and deny people from the boss lair. Okay. Owie. My head. What? Okay. Well, these people must have just been coming up. It was likely because I set off those birds, but oh well, just one of those moments. Okay, well, I did say just one more, so I'm gonna go ahead and just call it there. I will be running this loadout again for a couple more times this week, though, so if you are a little upset that you didn't get to see too much of it today, don't worry, I'll be doing it again for 2 more streams this week, so rejoice. But yeah, thank you to everyone for coming out today. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to check out my other stuff, there are links down below. YouTube, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, all sorts of fun stuff down below, either in the widgets on Twitch or in the description on YouTube. So have fun with that. But That's all I really got to say. There will be a new YouTube video coming out sometime the next few days, so keep an eye out for that. And until then, I will see you all on Thursday, I think is the next day I'm streaming. You can find it in the Discord if I'm lying. See